and get into some housekeeping for today. So a lot of y'all might be new to this Goldcast system. Goldcast, this is what we're doing this webinar through, and I want to make sure that y'all can interact with us, right? So how this works, in the top right-hand side of your screen, if you're on a phone, same if you're on your computer, it'll be on the top right-hand side. We have a few features. Clearly, y'all can use the chat because I'm seeing y'all in the chat, so great job there. Get in the chat, as the kids say, we keep the chat lit, whatever that means. Just kidding. No, keep the chat lit, guys. We want to have you guys interacting in there, having fun with each other. This is what it's all about, right? So interaction in the chat. Also, we have one-on-one direct messaging. So if you want to message Lisa or myself, feel free to message us in there. We'll do our best to try to get those messages answered by the end of this. So go ahead and send those messages in there. And then the most important part, Q&A. We have a Q&A in there for you guys. So as you guys have questions that come up, go ahead and submit them there, right? I don't want y'all to think that, hey, I have to sit on this question till the very end. No, you don't. Go ahead and submit those questions in there. If you have questions, we'll get those answered towards the end. So that way everyone's getting value out of this, right? But very exciting stuff today. We're also going to have a poll. I know it doesn't say that on there, but there's going to be a poll that will come up later today. I'll just have y'all answer in the chat for the poll. Keep it easy like that. But great. So let's get into your host today. I'm just the co-host. You're here for someone way better than me, Lisa. So a little bit about Lisa. She's going to come on stage here. Tell us a little bit about who she is, why you should listen to her. Lisa, tell us about you.
Hi, Jer. So excited to be here, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for choosing to spend your time with us for these master classes. Today's so exciting for me. A little bit about me. Some of you have joined the master classes before. You've seen me before. I am best known as my Instagram handle, which is the Bitchin' Beautician. I have been in our glorious industry for 30 years. I am a profit strategist and business consultant, worked hands-on with patients in our industry for approximately 30 years. And I am so excited to talk today about an auditing of memberships. Memberships are one of the biggest things that I am doing with my Canadian clients and US clients, and all about revenue generation for your practice and how you make a successful event for your practice, some motivational sales training workshops. Those are some of the things that I do. I've got a podcast called The Scalpel of Truth. It is a members only podcast. It's consulting every single week. And I am super passionate about this industry, and I'm so excited for this today. So all about memberships. Jeremy, back to you.
Let's do this. Okay, let's set the scene, folks. So I know if some of y'all have been on these membership webinars before, you might have heard this before, but for everyone that's new, I want to make sure we set the scene right for y'all with how important memberships are. Why memberships? Why are they so important to have in your business, and why you literally cannot afford to miss out, skip them, right? You need to have them in your business because memberships are literally everywhere. You see probably a lot of common ones here: Prime, Netflix, Spotify, BarkBox, right? We all probably are parts of these, right? I know I'm probably a member of at least 5 or 6 of these. And a fun little stat here: the average US consumer subscribes to about 8.2 services. That would be memberships, right? As of 2024. I know I'm way above average. I probably have about 12 to 16. Probably need to rein that back in a little bit, but that's the point, guys. Everyone is already up to date on memberships. Your patients are up to date on memberships. They have memberships. They expect them in your practice as well, right? So why do memberships really matter to you as a practice owner? Well, memberships do a lot of great things for your practice. First one being, it's going to guarantee that your calendars are staying full. It's keeping your staff busy, right? Because with these memberships, they're coming in regularly for those monthly services that they look forward to, right? Maybe getting them to come in more often instead of just quarterly for Botox or injectables, right? We want to make sure that your calendars stay full, that they're trying more and more services. On top of that, it's boosting patient retention, right? For the same thing, they're paying you monthly, so that way they can keep coming back in for those great services that you guys are providing to them, right? Keeps them coming back. They're coming to see you because that's your specialty, right? They're in your memberships. Increasing your sales. Memberships create monthly recurring revenue, right? And that's what's great. So that means every month you never have to start at zero again, right? Whether you have that generated revenue coming in every single month, you know what to expect. We want it to cover your monthly costs, right? So that way you're starting out ahead of the game instead of behind it. Also, it's going to help you guys sell more outside of that membership, right? With those benefits, you're going to have them doing more and trying more when they do see you. We want to lower your marketing costs, right? Because if you have a big, healthy base of members in your memberships, well, you don't have to focus as hard on patient acquisition, right? Because you have your raving fans, your key audience coming back to see you, doing more and buying more when they're with you, which again goes into financial security. Right? Financial security, meaning that you have that monthly recurring revenue, never starting from zero again. Now, I like to end this with a little fun fact. 70% of MedSpa customers express interest in membership programs, but only 33% of MedSpas currently offer the memberships, right? So like I said, they have memberships in their everyday life. They want them in your practice. So let's give it to them, right? Let's give the people what they want. Now, a little bit about today. What the heck is a membership audit, right? So we're gonna be doing a few things here. We're going to first go into the app to view your memberships, right? So we're going to be going through each of our audits today, going through their actual real live app, walking through each and every one of their memberships, giving them tips and tricks on what to update. Next, we'll go through their website, looking at, hey, what can we add on your website about your memberships to drive more traffic to them? Same with social media, right? It's a three-prong approach here. It's what you're actually offering, where you're offering it, and how your patients can see it, right? So
it's like our ecosystem.
The full ecosystem, that's right. So before we get into this, I want to do a little poll real quick. So in the chat, who can tell me, so how much are you guys selling in monthly memberships today? So go ahead and put about, there we go, there it is, there's the poll. So go ahead and enter into the poll here about how much you guys are selling in your monthly memberships today. I'll give you all a couple minutes to do that as they come in.
And
Lisa,
thank you for your vulnerability on this. I just want to say, like, thank you so much for being vulnerable and different ways of sharing. This is one way, obviously, is the poll and sharing in the chat. This is going to be helpful for you, a little bit more vulnerable if you can be. That would be amazing. We can kind of really gauge then on being able to help as much as we possibly can.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about, guys. Being vulnerable, being honest, so that way we can lift each other up, right? A rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. I think that's the quote, right?
Love that.
Awesome. So it's looking about that. Most of us aren't really selling memberships today, right? Well, makes sense. That's why you're here, right? And Jenny, to answer your question, is this existing or new memberships a month? This would be how much your current members for your current memberships are bringing in each month, just so you're aware. But we have about 28% $2,500 a month, and then 20% doing over that, right? So that's why we're here today, folks. We want to lift this up, give you guys some tips and tricks to improve on that. So let's go into our first membership audit. So we have a great one here today, folks. So Allora Lifespa. So we have the lovely Jordan Sinclair from Allora Lifespa. Jordan, click that green button. Get out here.
Hey, Jordan.
Hello.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
Awesome, Jordan. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Like Lisa was saying, thank you for the vulnerability to come up on stage with us, being a real live client that's actually using this in their practice and wanting to improve. I think that means the world to us. We can't thank you enough. And Lisa, I want to help you get started here. Let's get into it with Jordan.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jordan. So excited to be doing this with you. So Allora Lifespa, we are digging into some biggest challenges right here. We've got struggling on selling more memberships and retaining the members that we have. So I love that because you're not alone. I think there's a lot of people out there doing memberships, same boat. Active memberships, 12, a little bit less than 1,000 a month for MRR, which is our monthly recurring revenue. So I have a couple of questions that I would love to start out with for you, Jordan. And number one is, what prompted you to apply to have an audit done? I would love to know.
Well, I feel that you can always learn. And we've had Repeat MD for about, I think, 9 months now.
Okay.
And we had some memberships before that, but they were not structured in the format, kind of how the app had them. So we revamped them to fit more for this. But for us, and mostly for me, I am statistics and data driven. So I figured, why not learn from the best and find out what we can do to improve. There's always room for improvement. And to
Love
kind
that.
of see where our mistakes are, where we are in line with the industry. Are there things that we're completely off base on? Are there, things that we need to improve on? So
Excellent. Sorry,
we're
I
here
love
for
that.
it.
I
We're
love
here.
that. And I love that you're open and the vulnerability. I appreciate that. I would say, second question real quick is, what are you hoping to get out of this? So tips, tricks, pearls, essentially.
Mhm.
Would that be correct?
Yeah, basically to see, where we are with like the industry benchmarks. Are we underpricing? Are we overpricing? Are we over delivering? Because personally, there's some aspects of our membership that I don't feel are necessarily effective.
Okay.
But before I tell you, I want to see where we are, if I'm kind of in line, or if you're in line with the same kind of thought process. And really just to identify ways that we can, increase the value of it for our clients. And, maybe, I mean, I'm not opposed to stripping it down and starting it over.
Love that.
I'm here for whatever, and when we're done, I might go, okay, well, we screwed up. Let's start over.
Never.
So
We're going to celebrate the wins.
so we're just this came up during the last master class I was in, and I was like, yeah, let's see, I'll sign up for that and see what happens. And so we're actually kind of excited to have you audit it for us.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited to audit it. So thank you so much. So Jeremy, let's jump right in to the app and see what we have. I'm going to do app first, and then I think we're going to go website and then social media. So why don't we get into looking at what our patient sees when they are first looking at the app, our patient view. I love that we've got brand colors here, and I love, Jeremy, you're going to scroll up a little bit. We're going to do this together. Looking at first off the hop, a great photo here, the Allora Lifespa VIP. I love when folks use the word VIP in their membership. Looking at number one, becoming a member. So there's a bit of a intrigue and call to action. The two things patients want is they want results and they want to save money. So becoming a VIP. First up, we've got our perks, and this is actually your storefront. So the thing that you want right here is to build our perks first. A lot of times with memberships, people are so excited to share about the discount or the price, where we want to sell the benefits and the perks and then the price. So we're so price focused, we want to flip that upside down, and we want to have benefits, perks, price. So I love that we've got our perks here, and in these perks, so through this audit, and this is all wrapped in so much love. So first thing I would say is, when I'm seeing this as a patient, I love your branding. Pictures are great. If I'm looking at your VIP perks, because we have about 4 spots here, I think. Jeremy, 4 spots that we have available here to use, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so member exclusive injectable pricing, member exclusive treatment pricing, member exclusive product pricing. I think that we could utilize those 3. I would utilize actually the 4 that are available, and I would maybe change that into exclusive pricing or exclusive savings for members. That would be 1 bullet. Then I would sell another benefit or a perk. So that might be a sign up bonus when you become a member. So what's in it for me? Right? And then we're going to go with, maybe they get early benefits of getting on our VIP list for events. So maybe it's something about events. And then maybe there's draws and prizes if you become a member. So I would say we could utilize those 4 instead of 3. And instead of it all being around pricing, it's the what's in it for me factor of, oh my gosh, I unlock early access. I get events. I get to enter into win a $250, $500, whatever you want, gift card every month. And I get exclusive pricing. So that's where I might do a little bit of a tweak there.
Okay.
Sound good? Just what I'm seeing visually immediately. Love, if we can jump into, Jeremy, I love that we have right across the top our smooth lines VIP access. Fantastic. I love naming something that is so smooth lines. Even if we have an acne membership, a lot of people will call it, this is our acne membership. You don't focus on the problem, you want to focus on the end result. So this is our clear skin membership. And so I like what you've done here is you've put in smooth lines. So we're smoothing out fine lines. VIP, again, as much as you can use the word VIP to make them feel VIP in the picture. Not any criticism at all from the picture standpoint. I know that Repeat MD has beautiful pictures like this that they can put into, which helps us save time in the creation of the app. So love this. What I may do, and what I've seen works really well, is a really hot before and after picture of somebody who's got some deep ass crow's feet here, and then we've got some smooth, gorgeous makeup done, or lashes with a little bit of mascara on them, something that is a great wow factor for a result there. So because these can be changed up, I love this photo. Maybe not everybody is all about the needles. I'm a fan. Like, I'd be like, hit me up with that all day long, right? But not everybody is. So I think a before and after here might look like a tweak that you could do. Before and afters do sell. And then we move into our little blurb right up here. And this looks really good. You're telling exactly what it is about the treatment, the VIP access, what it gives them, your percentage off for your injectables, starting at approximately, I love this. It gives information here. That's exactly what should be in that spot. Because there's only so many words you can use there, you want to highlight that of what's the benefit. Again, what do they get to access? 12-month commitment. I love a 12-month commitment on everything, a 6 to a 12. I know there's lots of 3-month commitments out there. Those are good too, but I do love a 6 to a 12. So I love that. Moving down a little bit here, access to members only benefits. Again, benefits is what is selling us here. So in utilizing the amount of space we have, we've got $7.95 a unit for Daxify, again, $7.95 for Botox and Jeuveau. So we could put those all on one line if we want. If they're two different prices, I'd leave them to same. We can combine. When we're looking at percentages of savings on filler, I love that you said savings instead of the word discount. I am a huge fan of the word savings, because when people look at discount in sales psychology, nobody wants to discount their face, right? They don't mind to save money, but they don't want to discount their face. So I love that you have used savings there. Bravo. 20% off of filler is a generous amount. I love, instead of percentages, when it comes to filler, I love giving a dollar amount off. So maybe they get $25 off per syringe. And we need to be careful on how much with membership, sometimes we get real excited, especially if we have different tiers, to get, we're going to give this away. We're going to give this away. Well, now we've got another tier. We have to do deeper savings, right? So I think a $25 to $50 savings per syringe, I think the dollar amount versus a percentage wherever you can is definitely a bit more helpful. And people seem to be, even if 20% was more that they were getting, $50 seems like, 50 is more than 20. People don't think through sometimes that percentage base. So may do an adjustment there. And then our 75% savings on our deep healing mind and body alignment introductory session. So 75, as soon as we start getting into that like 40% or more savings, it actually, sales psychology wise, sometimes we'll do the opposite. It will be like, oh, they're trying to give this thing away. Is there an expiry date they're trying to get rid of? Is there what sometimes works a little bit better here is, and I know that you're cross promoting a different service, which I absolutely love. Introducing another service is the key to growing memberships, right? So maybe this would be something that wasn't as deeply discounted, or if you're and it sounds funny because you don't want to deeply discount something, but you can also do a higher value add with a low consumable cost, high perceived value. So maybe something like a complimentary express chem peel or an express facial, or something that's going to be low consumable cost, under like 30 minutes or less. It's going to be a dirty 30 is what I like to call it. So in and out 30 minutes and high impact. So what you could give there is a complimentary, especially if you're trying to grow one of your service providers that maybe isn't as busy. You could even put in there complimentary chem peel with so-and-so.
Okay.
And you can get that person a little bit busier. And so the other thing I like to put into your give is not only is it going to be 30 minutes or less, it's also going to be low consumable cost, high perceived value, but very little downtime, very little pain. When you're giving something for free, you always want it to be lovely and the experience be really rich, even though it's a shorter amount of time, like a dirty 30 or less. But love this overall. Thanks, Jeremy. I love that you're navigating us. So
I got you.
I love it. Age Defy VIP access, excellent here. I love the male-female photo here, attractive bods. It's something that we all want, myself as well. Like if that could be my body double, for sure, I would take it. So an attractive picture there. We've got a great write-up. It's telling exactly what the VIP access is going to give us. Well done. And jumping into, I would just tweak that word discount, will show in cart. I would say savings there. Beautiful. Love me a 12-month. And I love our join up for our bonus, and then click into that for a little bit more details. So here is where we're giving that emerald laser treatment. And so again, sign up bonus. I love it to have lots of impact. And so say our emerald laser, as I'm not familiar, our emerald laser, maybe they're like, oh, what's an emerald laser? And they go into looking at what that is. I think it should be for all Fitzpatrick skin types. And maybe that's going to be your red carpet glow up. Obviously red carpet emerald. So we're doing that theme or that vibe. So I love that for your sign up bonus. Something everybody can do. Then our access for members only benefits. Great for benefits. I do think if we take a look at these benefits, we are giving a huge percentage of savings here. Again, sales psychology, it's funny how this works, but the deeper the discount, it doesn't always get the buy-in. And sometimes what we need to be careful of is the wrong patient buying in, the deal seekers, the ones that are constantly shopping for. People love savings. I'm happy to give savings, but it's, and maybe streamlining any of these that might have the same percentage. Maybe we put some of those together. You get, 20% off of, and then everything that would be a 20% off to shorten that just a little bit more for that list. Because sometimes a confused mind won't buy. And so if there's like, oh, because on one hand, it looks like, oh my gosh, look at all the value here. I'm getting so many savings. But then after we do like 6, 8, 9, 10, then it's almost like, oh my gosh, I've seen so many things, right?
It's overwhelming for us. So it's got to be overwhelming for the clients.
Exactly. And so we look at it how a patient would look at it. So if we already think it is, that's one really great thing to, again, key identifying why maybe we could streamline it or how we could tweak it to be a little bit more buy-in and less overwhelm for the patient. So that's what I would say with this one here. And now, if we're hopping over, because I know in the sake of time, I can get chatting here. So love this. Lose and Tone. Great picture, great name, VIP access, telling us exactly what they're going to get. They're going to get some B12 injections there, a little bit of their addition here. They also get to unlock access to the VIP Age Defy. Amazing. So you're letting them know that there's layered benefits, which I love. Our 4-month commitment, access for members only, signing up today, and putting our savings in here. I love that we've gone back to using the word savings. Again, I would just take a tweak and look at our profit margins, because obviously we want to give savings. And in that, there's the girl math of, oh, if I'm saving on this, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get this, and a lot of value for dollar. So we just need to make sure that we're profitable, and we want them in more often, spending more money. And so profit margins just taking into consideration. And then enjoy all of the following every 4-month, starting your first day of becoming a member. These are the things that they can unlock, which I love and think you've done a great job here. All 3 are different, and it says in brackets exactly what they're getting. Jeremy, can we pop back really quickly to the Talks membership before we do our website? Yes, perfect. And scrolling down just slightly here, there was one thing Right. I would love to see in this, just came to me to come back to this. I would love to see what in brackets, what the regular price is. And so when we say $7.95 for Daxify, oh, $7.95, is that a lot? Is that a little bit? For somebody who doesn't know what that range is, it's almost like, oh, well, what is that? How much does that make a difference? Like, are we talking $15 a unit is what it regularly is? So that's one tweak that I would make there. So thank you for coming back to that, Jeremy. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Let's pop over to the website.
Love it. And again, this is our ecosystem. So great. We've got membership tab right on the top there that we can see. What I would love is almost a little pop up there or a banner. We love to get you great results. We love to save you money. Check out our membership. So something that is a little bit more call to action, I would love, and think would be beneficial, or highlighting, because that's really what we want to get people on, is maybe making that bold in that so it stands out. But I'd love to do we love to get you great results. We love to save you money. So if we click into that memberships tab, and
it takes me back into their app.
Okay, so here is a little bit of a disconnect and a very easy tweak. So instead of going right into the app, and because you're signed up for the app, Jeremy, it will take you right into the app. If you are not signed up for the app, it takes you to the very front screen of the app where it says, we would love to get your phone number. Let's, sign up for the app. What the step that we're missing is we're asking our date for their phone number before we're doing any romancing. So we want a landing page for memberships. So maybe we take it to the landing page. I love this, Jeremy. We are same braining this. So go into our landing page. Then we're going to say, in using the Voxy Vault as an example, this is where we're going to tell them, save big. We've got big savings, big benefits all year round. And then a picture of the app, somebody holding the app. Love this, because this is that visual adoption. Why become a member? Everybody wants to know the what's in it for me. So if we beef up with a landing page, this is why you want to be a member. And then we've got a call to action link, start saving today, or something that we have a call to action where then they click in to sign up for that app after we've done a little bit of education and a little bit of enticing. And we can say, these are all the reasons why it pays to be a member. And then start saving today. And then we click into that app. Then we ask for the phone number because we've done some romancing. Does that make sense?
Completely.
So loving this.
Shall we pop over to Instagram?
Let's do it. Yes.
I don't know. I'm not in charge of that, so I have no idea what that looks like.
Well, don't you worry. You are not under fire at all. So when I look at the Instagram, a couple of things that I love. First thing, you have a link tree. I love that. I love for the highlights. I love a highlight that talks about memberships. So if we've got a highlight that says membership that people can click to find out a little bit more, love me a highlight. Then if we jump down to our pinned posts, you can see that Instagram allows us to pin 3 posts across the top. I would love the membership, something that says membership. So even on your Allora, the very first one that's pinned, that one is a beautiful video because this bee does her homework. So it's a gorgeous video of the establishment. And so you get a chance to kind of see what Allora looks like and experience it with a visual video. Love that. So if we pop back out and close that video, if we look at this, I would put welcome to Allora. I would have almost like words across this so it entices people to click on that. And then you would put who you are and then memberships. Some folks will do memberships first and then who you are. Either one doesn't matter to me, but that should be pinned there so that people can, we love to get you great results. We love to save you money. Check out our membership today. And then I love that you have a link tree. So Jeremy, if we could pop into link tree for just a sec.
Yep. And
let's take a little peek. Okay. And so look at this little shaky, get $50 when you join our reward program. Love that. I love that it's in your top 2. Absolutely fantastic. I love that. And then we've got learn more about our VIP memberships. Excellent. So when we click learn more about our VIP memberships, we are going
Back to the app.
back
Probably to the app.
So then we want to the only thing that we're missing here again is that juicy landing page to sell them and serve them this lovely dinner before we're asking for that phone number. So all in all, I feel like there's little tweaks that I think that we have done along the way. And I love this picture because it's also in your app. It shows continuity of branding, which I think is also very important, is you want to make sure that you have that continuous brand across all of your ecosystem for memberships so that everything looks like it works together, right? It looks like you're going to the same place if you go to the app, to the social media, and to the website. So I love this. I could talk about this forever. I know we have a finite amount of time, but I think that you have done really well, Jordan. And I hope that there are some tips and tricks that are little. It's not that I think you need a new overhaul, but something that there's little tweaks. And again, I am so here to help you. We can chat offline or do a discovery call to see how I can help a little bit dive deeper. But I appreciate your vulnerability and having us do this with you. So thank you so much. I
appreciate it. I really do, because
love it.
We're over here going, we don't know what we're doing.
Well, you've done well. You've done well. And this is the thing. I love that it is a formula. And what Repeat MD has done so well is gamify the patient experience. They make it easy. They make it intuitive. We've got sales techniques that are built into the app that do not feel like sales techniques. They're literally prompting conversation. And so I think that you've done well. Little tweaks. Your branding is fantastic. And I think that we're going to start with those tweaks, seeing a little bit more uptake.
All right. Well, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jordan.
I love that.
That was fun. That was great. What a great first one. Awesome.
Very got it. Great.
Yes. Okay, folks, let's jump into our next audit. So we have Polaris Vein and Aesthetics with us today. We have the amazing Kelly Ochtman here. Kelly, join us on stage. She's ahead of the game. Wow. Let's go, Kelly.
I love it. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you guys doing?
So good and fired up. Jordan's got us all fired up and I'm ready for round 2. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for joining us. Same questions actually for you as Jordan. So what prompted you to decide to submit for the audit?
So honestly, it was you. So when we first came on, so we've been with Repeat MD for about a year. And one of the first master classes that I went to was one of yours. And I was just very impressed with you. And I was like, I wish I could have her look at what we're doing. And so when the opportunity came up, I'm like, sign me up. Can I do it?
Oh my gosh, Kelly,
that's
so much
honestly
love. Thank you. I am honored. I am absolutely honored. So I appreciate that so much. And thank you for choosing to submit the audit, because this is going to be a blast. Second question, things that you're hoping to get out of our time together today.
Just again, kind of like what Jordan was saying, I want to see where we stand. I think there are things that we're doing well. I think there are things that we need to tweak. Part of it is finding out like the cohesiveness of the app, the website, and social media, and trying to get those to kind of mesh a little bit better. And then just hearing words of wisdom from you.
Love that. So good. Well, look at you already in looking at this, 71 active members in app. We've got recurring revenue of 20K. That's amazing a month. Congratulations. You're 100% doing things right. That is great. So again, celebrating the wins. So some struggles here is struggling to get insurance-based patients into the aesthetic memberships. Okay, definitely understood the assignment here. We're going to get into that. And current initiatives driving loyalty. So again, I love this. Looking at, are those margins within, range of making money, which they are, and you're doing things that are great here to get that recurring revenue monthly. So Jeremy, let's take a deeper dive in and we'll go app first. I love what we did with Jordan, app first, and then website, then social, if that's cool. And we'll take a look here. Love. Ooh, so we've got great branding.
What's this?
Jeremy.
Wait a second. That looks like Adonis. I recognize that handsome fella.
So do I.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that y'all are getting to play around with Adonis. You know, for all of y'all that don't know about Adonis, keep your ears to the ground. We got more information coming soon. The AI patient advisor, you'll learn more about that. Not today, though. Let's stick to the point here.
Well, got to stick to the script. I love that, though. So let's take a look. Again, a gorgeous picture to start out with, brand colors, and again, a call to action, become a member. Love this. The only tweak I'd throw in there is why not become a VIP member just to make them feel, or become an exclusive member. But off to a great start. I love it. And then our membership perks. Love what you've done here. So utilizing the 4 spaces, and we've changed it up. Perfect. The only thing I would change here is I would just add right here by our $10 a unit in brackets. What is it regularly? So we know how much of a great savings that is. And I love that you've used the word savings there. Fantastic. So let's dive in. We've got, let's see, we've got, I think 5 memberships. 2 are very much the same. So we've got 2. Okay, perfect. Diamond, Platinum, BHRT women, BHRT men, and weight management. So good. So let's jump into our Diamond. Jeremy, you're so on it. So Diamond Beauty Bank, love this. It says exactly what our price point is. I'm going to touch on price point here. Obviously, you're doing well with what you're doing already, seeing as you've got 71 members and what you're doing for monthly recurring revenue. I would say our $200, anything that like under 200 or up to 200 as an entry level, a $249 is a little bit higher for an entry level. If I look at the memberships that I do for my clients, Canada and the US, across the board, there is that impedance. Anything over that 200, it's a little like, especially if we're sharing credit cards with a husband or a partner or whatever, that is like $300. Are you buying into that med spa? Are we getting shares? So having something just under that 200, maybe as a gateway or entry level. If you're not having problems getting people on, that's one suggestion I might make, is having something just under that cusp of that 200 a month price point. I love that you've done Discover a New You with Diamond Beauty memberships. I love that. People want that Discover a New You. That's a great piece there. Enjoying that they get that credit every single month, 3-month commitment. Okay. Love us a 6, but 3 is good. It's our bank. What are we signing up for? What do we get? We'll just click into that, Jeremy. Our sign up bonus. Wow. Okay. So we are getting an Exion lips or eyes. I love that. And if we click on that, is there a value there of that treatment?
Oh, yeah.
$300 value. Excellent value. In a time frame, would this fit in our close to our dirty 30? Excellent. And consumable cost low. Love it. Winning. So good. Excellent sign up bonus. And so moving on down to where our benefits. Okay, perfect. We've got a savings here. We've got a savings of $2 a unit. Perfect. Our percentages on skincare. I'm going to do a little something here. Skincare for me, because we don't have a huge profit margin there. And if we are still giving our staff incentives for selling it, so commissions or anything like that, depending where you live in the world and if that's allowed, if we look at that, I would say I like starting around that 10% off. And then depending on your other tiers, going a little bit higher, because then if you do it 10 to 15% off, we can save flash sales for percent off, or event pricing 25, things like that. So, but otherwise, very good. I love that you've utilized the dollar amount. Obviously, on something that is a long laundry list, we've got 15% savings on all services because we have a finite amount of room. We've got $50 towards Emcella treatment, 50 to 150 towards any M-Sculpt. This is the dollar value. I love that. Priority scheduling, no cost for labs. Well done. And then if we click into our milestone bonus for 7 months, we are getting, wow, amazing. It shows our value. Consumable cost here, Kelly?
Technically none. We consider it at 50 because eventually you do have to replace the paddles.
Yes. Okay, sounds good. And the other thing that I look into for consumable cost, then I also take into effect time frame and operator cost, which you have done. So love that. So our Diamond Beauty Bank and then our Platinum is very close to just with different, it's just a different tier and a different level. Is that right?
Yep.
Perfect. So we've got our, again, higher price point. Would you say that you've got one that's doing better than the other? Does our Diamond do better than Platinum, or does our Platinum do better than Diamond?
It really depends on what the person's kind of intent and what they're trying to use it for. So a lot of our weight management patients do the Platinum Bank versus the weight management because they like the flexibility and the higher discounts on some of the other services. And then we've got a lot of people who just affordability wise like to do the lower one and just not get quite as much of a discount. So I'd say they're kind of neck and neck.
Perfect. Well, and the blessing of having two is you're getting each demographic from a budgeting standpoint as well. And so I think if we don't want to be repetitive here, but let's check out what our sign up bonus is. Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, no,
Just
you're good.
To do sign up bonus. Love that. A body treatment. Amazing. So again, it's high value, low consumable cost. And so introducing them to another service, maybe that they haven't had yet, brilliant. Okay, so we can hop out of there. If we hop over to our, wow. Okay, so bonus treatment after 7 months. This is a massive milestone, massive value, face and neck. And how do your members, what's the feedback on this, Kelly?
So we've only had a couple of people. So the 7 month for a lot of them, it happened during the summer. So I've heard a lot of, I can't wait to use that this fall.
Okay. Exactly.
So I'm hearing a lot of that.
Try it.
And people are looking forward to like utilizing it. They're just trying to be a little strategic about when they use it.
Yes, sun safety and that kind of thing. And I'm sure you will have people that have never had the treatment before, and that will be their first treatment, which I love something big like that, because then again, a milestone bonus, anniversary bonus, that is going to then they get to experience that. And then we look at, well, you also save to get, these are best done in a series of 3. These are best done right. And then we can optimize. So I love that. All right, Jeremy, we can scooch over to why don't we do, I'm just going to have us scooch out, because if the two are the same, let's do the men's. I love that you've got something men's specific. Men are so amazing and need to be celebrated so much more in our space and in our industry, and have things that are strategic for them, because I'll tell you, there are more men getting into our industry for treatments of wellness and than ever before. And so I love that you've done this. I love that you've got this handsome gent here, our BHRT, what is going to help with, and in our membership, really tailoring it, even though both memberships, again, I did my homework, took a little sneak peek. Both are very much the same, but this one is just tailored to men specific. And so if we go down, Jeremy, this is a 12-month commitment. I love it. A join now for our sign up bonus. What do we got for a sign up bonus? Again, Exion lower face. Okay, so I love this. One thing I might suggest, and in being a service provider myself for many years, if someone has a gorgeous, glorious beard like Jeremy on the lower face, maybe for men, because they exfoliate and shave or grow a beard, they're looking at upper face. That's where men tend to age a little bit faster, is the upper face. So I might do a tweak to that one and do the upper face just in case. Is that something, Jeremy?
Yeah, I love that.
What do you think?
I agree, because the hat, the reason why I really wear it is because you can't see my crow's feet. That's why I'm doing that.
Well, and also it's very handsome and it's a very excellent look for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Love it.
Very well.
So I love this. And then what do we get for 10% savings on our nutraceuticals? Perfect. 10% on all services. Yeah, I love this. No cost. I love this. You've done so well. Wins across the board here. We've got our value here, savings, excellent, and our 7-month anniversary milestone bonus here. Excellent. Okay, we've got an M sculpt and we've got, again, high value areas of their choice, utilizing something that they maybe haven't tried before. So I'm not shocked that you're doing how well you're doing with your memberships. You've really got a lot of this on lock, doing so well. Should we jump into our weight loss? And let's have a look at weight management. I love it. One thing I may tweak here is having a masculine and a feminine. So I would have both, just maybe a tweak in picture or in showing a couple before and afters of abs or different things like that, or just a before and after even. Then we've got feel and look your best. Everybody wants to feel and look their best. Weight loss management is such a huge thing right now. I love this. Exactly what you're getting. Perfect. Okay, so now join for the sign up bonus. Let's see more details here. Excellent. So we've got our lower face treatment. Perfect. You could do, depending on price point, you could say a lower or the choice of a lower or upper face. And maybe we tweak that just a little bit.
Yep.
Pardon me. Okay, so let's get into what we access here. Perfect. Again, savings, we're showing what they save. 10% on skincare. Love it. Priority. Yeah, this looks great. Again, this section, storefront, right? They include benefits. Again, chock full of benefits. Let's look at what they unlock. And again, an area of their choice. Well done, Kelly. Love this. I would say very small tweaks here. You've done a great job. Jeremy, I would love to see our website.
Let's see it.
Jump to website. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. Okay. Oh, we've got our banner. Learn more about our memberships on our app, exclusively on our app. I love this. So let's take a little click. Do we just click the arrow?
Yep. Goes back into the app.
Right to the app. Okay, so same thing. I'm loving if we do we probably have somewhere on memberships on the website. I'm certain that I saw a little something
right here.
Quick. Yes. So if we click memberships, unlock member benefits, love. Okay, join our circle. I love it. Okay, so we're talking a little bit about what our memberships are. Okay, so here we go. So this could be where that landing page is. And so maybe it's just the changing of that link. And that link, instead of right to the app, goes to this. And then we've got that call to action, nice big button. Click here to start saving today. Love this. Yeah, that's a great page that tells a little bit about memberships. And so I would have request an appointment is great, but I'd love to get them kind of into that app. So if they want to purchase before requesting an appointment, we're not going to hold them back from spending money, right? I love it. I love that. So good. So I think that's great. If we take a look at our social media.
Boom.
Here we go. I love it. So we've got a little bit about Polaris on our first post there. Fantastic. Again, I would do one more tag or one more pin, of what our membership is and the benefits of how great it is. I would also, again, do one of our highlights as our membership. And I would like to click in. So do we have a link tree?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
not yet.
The website.
Okay. So the
yeah,
website.
that just it takes it back to the website. So Linktree is one of the things we're working on.
Oh, I love it. Proactive. And so I think, again, you have done so well. Obviously, it shows in your numbers, and there is a cohesive feel and vibe between all of the different ecosystems. So website matches the app matches the social media. So those are just a couple of little tweaks that I would say to kind of pull that ecosystem together is the highlights Linktree, which you're already working on, a little post of why it pays to be a member, whether you put a member benefits or a call to action on whatever video. I think that you've done so well. And so I know it's a quick and dirty because of our time frame, but we're trying our very best to give you as much as we possibly can when it comes to these audits. And so helpful, Kelly?
Yeah, definitely. I know I get notes, so I'm glad because I couldn't write while we were talking.
That's okay, girl. This is up for rewatch. And again,
Yep.
here to help as much as I can. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much.
submitting your audition your audit for this. And it was such a pleasure doing this with you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kelly. That was great. How fun was that, Lise?
Oh my gosh, Jeremy, so much fun. I wish we had like a 3-hour for this. Obviously we do not, but
Well, let's wrap it up for them. Put a nice bow on it. Give the audience some nice key takeaways, okay?
I love this. Let's do it. So guys, everything to do with the keys to your successful membership. So let's look at structure. We want to avoid too many options. Killer of decisions is giving them too many choices, right? And so enemy there. Showcase our savings. If we can do savings, and again, we don't say discounts. You're not a discount service provider, and you're sure as shit not a discount clinic. So savings, right? Showcase savings in a dollar amount where you can versus your percentages. We want to steer clear of those deep discounts. We want to make sure that what we're giving is, if we can give that dirty 30, something under an hour, get lean on our costs, high perceived value, and really give those enticing perks. I love draws. Members this month get enter to win this. Members that use their beauty bank this month get entered in to win a second draw. It's all about enticements. And then that monthly or their monthly treatment, if you are offering a monthly treatment, making sure that because that's where that growth is great. But if you have 200 memberships and everybody's getting that buy-in to a monthly treatment they get to pick, you got to make sure you have enough staff, enough hours of operation, and enough rooms to accommodate. Because when we talk about perks, I want you to think of that as a promise. You need to everything you can do to deliver on that promise.
I love that. I want to add on to this real quick because I saw a good question about it. So a sign-up bonus. Another good idea here is that dirty 30 mentality that Lise just said. Under an hour, low cost, easy on pay and downtime. That's a great sign-up bonus too, just so you all know.
Yes, 100%. So if we look at our membership structure again, using professional images, if you can use before and afters, that to me in your app, on your website, on your social media, your before and afters are key. It needs to match the patient demographic that you're going after as well. But when we look at before and after pictures, we can say we're the best all day long. Who cares about that? The patient, they care about who thinks that besides us. They want proof of that with testimonials. They want proof of that with before and after pictures. So showcase your skills and talent. And then naming your membership. I did touch on this. Don't use this is our acne membership. We're going to say this is our clear skin membership. Okay, so it makes sense that to name your membership after the result your patient is actually looking for, if that makes sense. And then training the team. This is where I do a lot of work, not only in building the membership, but we need to make sure that your team is trained. The thing I love about Repeat MD is you never got to train Repeat MD. Your app has all the gamification built right in. It has the suggestions. It has, would you like to become a member and get member pricing? Would you like to sign up for our financial plan, right? So when we're training our team to talk about the app, adoption to get on the app is mandatory. So checking in that they're on the app. Do they know their way around the app to be able to get your patient on the app? There's nothing worse than somebody saying, oh, I'm having trouble with this. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I haven't seen that before. Epic fail. We need to be easy to do business with. So the other thing is the talk track. And if any of you have been on Chris Belby's masterclasses, love Chris. He does this so well at Misha. It's crazy. So the talk track for your team. When I'm receiving Stephanie, welcome to 123 Dermatology. Great to see you today. I've got you checked in here on my side. Go ahead and check in on the QR code for the app. Let's check if we're unlocking savings today and get excited about it. If it's like, hi, Stephanie. Yeah, I got you in. Did you sign in on our QR code? Fire that person. If that's check them for a pulse and then fire them out of your practice, because that's why they're not adopting onto your app, is because it's not a KPI for your practice. So then we want to streamline and grandfather those who are on an old membership that you're like, oh, okay, I see our old membership. We're giving too many deep savings. We're giving too much away. This isn't working. People don't love it. If you only got 12 people on it, grandfather those 12 people and let's wipe it clean and get something that's high impact so you can start your recurring revenue. Okay.
Lise, let me touch on that real quick for a second. I know we're running out of time, but for all of y'all that have your memberships that are currently live in your app and you want to make changes to them, don't worry. In your admin panel, whenever you make edits, you can do edit for new members only, meaning that everyone else will be grandfathered in. No one can buy those anymore. And then only the new members will have the new memberships, right? So if the old members love them, great, keep them on it. If not, don't worry about it. All of your new members will be signing up for the new membership, just so y'all are aware.
Jeremy, perfect jump in. I love, love, love that. And again, why Repeat MD makes it easy to do this, because everyone's always like, oh, what am I going to do with the old people on the membership? How am I going to get them to transfer to the new one? Are they going to be pissed? Right? And so this is a great way to combat that. Always selling in this order: the benefits, perks, and then the price. Walk through your own digital experience like we did today. That's something that you can do, that as much as Jeremy and I would love to be on that journey with you, you can do it yourself and look through all the things that we've done today. And don't forget to romance that patient before we ask for the phone number. So you want to make sure that you are satisfying the WIFM factor. The patient is always asking, what is in it for me? These are again, benefits, perks, price. Okay. So Jeremy, here we are. Now we've done this today. This is exactly the high level things that you need. Always looking at your website call to action. That's typically how they're finding you first before they're finding the app. Is they're going to be on your website or your social media. Okay. So, or they're coming in your front door. So your front staff needs to be all about app centric. It's got to be all places in your clinic. I love doing the signs in each of your clinic rooms. Have you asked about our membership yet? If they sneak through the front desk and they don't get asked about membership, it's going to be somewhere. It's going to be in your restroom. It's going to be everywhere. Website, social media for sure, in clinic, and then that link tree. Again, linking that to a landing page where we romance them to get that phone number and get that buy-in. So good.
Well, hey, a little bit for you guys. So everyone that's on here, they're like, hey, I have Repeat MD. I want to update these memberships, but I need help, right? Well, don't worry, guys. We're going to help you with that. So if you guys need help creating new memberships, updating your old memberships, right, you can contact us, promotions@repeatmd.com. You can send those over to us, what you want to have updated. We can get those plugged in for you, right? If you need help creating, let us know. That's what we're here for. So please don't be afraid to reach out and have us help you. We know you're busy, so let us help, right? So again, it's promotions@repeatmd.com. Shoot us an email, we'll help you.
Love that.
Guys, if you want to have your memberships audited, just like Jordan and Kelly, well, hey, scan that QR code. Let's fill out that form so that way you guys can get yours audited as well. We do our best to try and pick 2 every time, clearly, because we only have an hour. But guys, submit them, right?
Yes, please. And this, honestly, this was so much fun. And I think it is so helpful for those out there. And again, a lot of times it's not massive overhauls where you have that anticipatory anxiety of like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much work. The greatest part is Repeat MD is here to help you with the success managers. I'm here to help you. Jeremy and I love this. The entire team is here to support you. We want to make this successful. And there's success leaves a trail. If you look and follow these master classes, and if you have not taken in all the master classes, this is a massive business perk that you get with being with Repeat MD. Utilize that. Get your team to get on that. Everybody should be utilizing this. You have invested in this. It's an investment for your practice. Utilize it, maximize it, optimize it. We're here to help.
Yep, guys, this is a very high value service that Lisa offers. You guys are getting it free because you're Repeat MD clients. Utilize us. Get the full value. Guys, just so you know, you also have a takeaway that we're going to be emailing to you guys. So if you check actually right now in Goldcast, upper right-hand side of your screen, there's a button called Docs. You can click there and download it right here, right now. Go ahead and download it, but we're also going to be emailing it to you tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that email. We'll have that sent over to you guys. It's a great foundation playbook. So that way you guys can have some keys in helping you build your new memberships or updating your current ones.
Again, all about the tools.
That's right. We love tools.
We love tools.
So one last reminder for our upcoming live master classes. We have another one on Friday. you'll see me on there as well with Chris Balby. We'll be doing the Foundations Repeat MD 101 of, how to get your app up and running in a meaningful way. Love that one. Then from there, we'll have Adam Haroon talking about his campaigns that bring in rapid revenue without discounting, right? So I know y'all are going to be there for that. And then later on in the month, we'll have Chris Balby again using AI in your practice. Lots of great things coming up. Go ahead and sign up for those. You'll love them. I know you guys will. But yeah, great. Last thing, Lise, take it away.
I would love to work with any of you, help you, anything I can do. So I do a professional courtesy savings of 15% off on any of my workshops or my consulting, anything for my Repeat MD clients. I love you so much. I want to help in any way I can. So I'm going to give that 15% savings on anything I do. And also, again, I would love for you to check out the Scalpel of Truth. I get to plug this one more time, Jeremy. My last little plug here is the Scalpel of Truth podcast. It is $19.99 a month, and it is consulting every single week. And so I know that there's some folks already in the chat. I've got my business bestie, Brian, who is a dear friend and owns a clinic, Skin Visible, here in Canada. And it really is. It's consulting every week and a super benefit for your teams as well. The one thing I will caution about the podcast is it's got spicy language, because when I get going, the curse words start flying. So if that's a thing, don't listen to it around your children, pets, elderly. But it is excellent for business and building your business. So that is a resource for you as well. And I try and keep that affordable for you as well. So again, thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. I am so honored to be working with Repeat MD and be able to share my passion with all of you. And we just want to see you successful and making money and cranking out great results for your patients.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you all so much. We really appreciate you all joining us today. Again, if you need anything from us, with your memberships, promotions at repeatmd.com, we'll help you. We'll see you on the next one. See you, folks.
Can't wait.